Have you ever wondered why God allowed Islam to exist? Islam did not emerge by chance. It came to be because God permitted it. And though it may surprise you, Islam is also part of God's plan. But why? Why would God raise up a religion that denies Christ and would attack his people for centuries? The answer is in the Bible. It's all there from the very beginning. And in the beginning, God made a promise to Abraham. I will make your descendants like the dust of the earth. But there was a problem. Sarah, his wife, was barren and far too old. The years slipped by, and the promise seemed to fade in the heat of the desert. How could God's plan ever come true? In desperation, Sarah made a decision that would change history forever. She told Abraham to have a child with her Egyptian servant named Hagar, and from that union, Ishmael was born. Abraham was already 86 years old, and for 13 long years, Ishmael had been his only son. God had other plans for the main line of his covenant, but he did not reject Ishmael. On the contrary, he also made him a promise that would be remembered for centuries. Behold, I will bless him and make him fruitful and multiply him exceedingly. He will father 12 princes, and I will make him a great nation. Soon after, the miracle Abraham and Sarah had waited for all their lives arrived. Sarah, old and barren, became pregnant and conceived the child of promise, Isaac. Isaac was born when Abraham was 100 years old. He was the heir to God's original promise. But now, in Abraham's household, there were 2 sons, 2 promises, and the tension kept building. On the day they celebrated Isaac's weaning, the conflict erupted. Ishmael, who was already a teenager, mocked little Isaac, who was still just a baby. Sarah saw it, and in that mocking, she didn't see childish play. She saw a threat to her son's destiny. So she gave Abraham a blunt, direct command: cast out this slave woman and her son. Abraham's heart broke. Ishmael was his own flesh and blood, his son. How could he send him out into the wilderness? Then God stepped in and said to him, "Don't be distressed about the boy, for through Isaac your offspring will be reckoned. I will also make the son of the slave into a nation because he is your offspring." Heartbroken, Abraham rose early, gave Hagar bread and a water skin, and sent them away. Mother and child wandered aimlessly through the wilderness of Beersheba until the last drop of water was gone. Shattered, Hagar laid the boy, dying, beneath a shrub, and walked away in anguish so she would not see him die. But God heard the boy's cry. And here's the astonishing part. The angel of God called to Hagar from heaven, "What's wrong, Hagar? Do not be afraid, for God has heard the boy's voice. Lift him up and take him by the hand, for I will make him into a great nation.